Amherst tomorrow night. Let's talk about the matchup with
an 8-10 road game, and we gotta get back to our ways, and Matt's done a great job with his team, and they're an explosive offensive team, and they have some mismatches that we got to be ready for and all that stuff. But we gotta be all about ourselves, worry about ourselves, keep tight, and find a way to get a road win without a doubt.
I know you remain optimistic for the rest of the season. Is it teetering a little bit based on the performance Saturday against GW?
No, we've been through this a couple times. We've just been very inconsistent all year long, and it's crazy. But there's a lot of teams in the country that are going through what we're going through, where you have a great game, you're excited, or you have some great moments, and some guys step up, and then it's just a level of inconsistency that's really hurt us this year in results, and we're lacking confidence right now. Part of it is because we're not making shots, and it's affecting other parts of the game, and that's snowballed to us. That's snowballed for us on Saturday at GW, and they're the growing pains. That's part of a long season. We've been through this before. We've been through this before. It's just the way it's happening. And we got to find a way to fight through it and just not get frustrated. Our guys really care. Our guys are really tight. They just get very frustrated when things aren't going their way, or some shots aren't falling, or we have a couple lazy turnovers. And if you don't play through that stuff, that's where things snowball, and that's where you get the game on Saturday at GW. And it's disappointing, and it hurts, but it's reality. And we've had some good practices. But we can't be living and dying just because our shots falling or not falling. We gotta fight through that big time.
You said before you've had good practices and that it hasn't called your spot on the court. After a game like Saturday, or maybe it's been before this year, have you thrown a curveball in practice, changed up to something completely?
Yeah, we've changed up practice a lot throughout the year, without a doubt. From playing more to drilling more to shooting more, without a doubt. You don't want to keep it the same old boring thing all the time. There's certain things you got to do every day to build habits, because I still don't think we have great defensive habits. 10 times better since the start of the year, but still a long way to go to be a championship team. There's certain things that we're going to always do every day, because we have to build habits, and building those habits aren't just for the next game, but they got to be part of the foundation of the program, without a doubt. So that doesn't change, but we definitely change up practices, and I think it's important this time of the year that you got to bring some variety to practice, to keep their interest, to keep flying around and stuff like that. It was disappointing Saturday, because Friday I thought we had a very good practice, spirited practice. It was short, but we were on edge, we were on point. We had a good walkthrough Saturday morning, and then when some things didn't go our way, halfway through the first half, it just snowballed, and we got to get through that, and that's hurt us a bunch of games this year. That's hurt us.
Do you know, in a game like that, knowing your team, and I'm not asking you to call way out, but do you know when that game starts going that direction? Here comes the
and I think the biggest thing is individually our guys put so much on their own shoulders. Like, I got to do this right now, or I got to make this shot, and they're just playing tight. They're playing tight, and they don't want to let people down. Johnny and I had some moments where he feels like he's letting people down, and we got to get out of that. It's not about letting people down or continuing the streak. It's about how much better can we get from now until the next game. How prepared can we get? We got to be about the right stuff, and as a coach, you keep reiterating that to our guys all the time. We keep talking about it, but it's got to be the guys got to play through, just play the next play as hard as they can, and that's hard to do. I've been there. We've all been there. You want to play as close to perfect as you can, and when you don't, it gets tougher and tougher. And a lot of times, unfortunately, it's shooting. Everybody wants to be the guy that makes that shot for the team, and then when you don't, that's when you get tighter, and those shots get tougher and tougher, and we got to get back to being loose and confident and aggressive.
Have you seen anybody step up in the locker room at all, call a players only meeting, kind of somebody who's really kind of taking the lead, taking the bull by the horns, and really, you know, getting after the locker room and kind of rallying the guys?
Yeah, I mean, Johnny's done a good job with the guys of pulling them together. These guys get along really well. There's no division on the team. They get along really well. They all hang out together. They're for each other, but they get easily frustrated. They feel like they're letting their teammates down, and that's in the heat of the battle. In practice, they have an open mind. Off the court, they're always together. They talk to each other. But during the games, when you're not getting a result, that's when it comes out the most, and that's when we got to fight through it, and we just got to keep at it.
Touching on that, who maybe one of the young guys has grown the most as a leader from beginning of the year or summer to now?
Well, I think Sean, for sure, as a freshman, you know, I think he's done a great job of stepping up and being a little more vocal and finding ways to talk to his teammates different ways. It's still hard for a freshman to do it because he's got to still take care of his own stuff, but he's definitely gotten better at that. You know, one thing we really want to, DJ Dariante does a really good job of talking guys through basketball awareness stuff and all that stuff. But you know, you got to still make sure you take care of your own stuff before you can lead the team, and that's where we're at right now.
And with practice too, going back on that, you have to balance this time of year how hard you go with some of the wear and tear the guys might have at the end of the year.
Yeah, because we have a lot of guys playing minutes. We still have guys nursing injuries and old injuries as well, and so. You know, there's some days we want to go a little bit longer or harder, and those other days we want to pull back and really get ready for our opponent. The days before games, you know, we need to make sure we're as fresh as can be to when we tip off, and especially at this time of the year. You know, the changes that we make, we'll make in practice, but it's still our mindset and having such an aggressive mindset. That's what we got to get back to. And when you don't have some results, that affects that, and that's where you get tighter. And in practice, we're trying to play, you know, be really loose, be on edge of how we're going to play, but be really loose in the way we're playing.
If you haven't already, is this the time, you know, with 4 games left, to kind of talk about tournament seeding and where, you know, if we go on a good run, where we can position ourselves?
Yeah, our guys know. I mean, if you play, you look at the standings, you know what our guys know our schedule. They know what's in front of them. Yeah, we talk about it. But what I talk about them all the time is, guys, it's got to be about getting a little bit better. You know, 90% of the teams in the country right now are frustrated with how they're playing. 10% are playing pretty well. But the 10-20% of that 90, if they could flip it here the last 2 weeks of the season, or catch some momentum going in their tournament, could change everything. I've been through that. We've all been through that. If you're around sports long enough, you see that stuff happen. Why can't we be that team? Now, to be that team, we can't live and die in every play. To be that team and to get hot here, we got to play with unbelievable confidence and just fly around. You've seen that at times. Our defense has to improve. You know, we've had our first 20 minutes against Davidson and holding them to 28 points is a big-time defensive performance. And then we didn't have that the last 40. We got to put them together. If you do that, then you know you're not one of those 90% of teams that are frustrated late in the year. You get a little momentum in the conference tournament. We've all seen what can happen.
You mentioned earlier this year that this group is not necessarily a group that can change some of the X's and O's on the fly in the games. What do you think can hinder some of that experience?
What hinders that?
Yeah, so, you know, being able to not being able to change some of those things during games.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, there's times you want to change your defenses a little bit as a coach, but you know, with the certain guys you have out there, you got to be careful of that. You know, same thing on offense. You want to make a couple wrinkles here and there, but some guys don't understand it as well as others, and you got to change lineups. And sometimes you can change lineups to do it, sometimes you can't. And so that's the tough thing. You know, that's been more difficult this year for me than other years, but it is what it is. And you know, you could make excuses and complain about it, or you try to continue to make them better and try to figure it out and give them ideas to keep improving.
For you guys, what stands out the most about Wayne Pickett this morning?
Well, he's just dynamic in the way he can score the ball. He shoots it very well behind the line, but he also can, he's so darn quick with the basketball. He can get by guys and make plays for he and his teammates. And we got to, he's going to take a lot of shots. He's the leading scorer in the league for a reason. He's efficient as well. We just got to make him shoot really tough ones. And if he makes them, they're with a hand in his face and guard him as well as we can, different ways with different guys. To make sure, he just, for 40 minutes, he's getting hounded. But he's a heck of a player, and he's the green light, and guys that have that green light like that play with great confidence.
Any excitement for Marcus to go back to Massachusetts to play?
Yeah, I'm sure he's excited. He'll have a lot of people there, as well as Isaac Van, Ivy's family will be there as well. So, it's good to get on the road again, and our guys were really upset about Saturday, and now we go on the road and see, hey, that's not happening again. Let's see what we can do. We're playing against a team that's playing well right now, and we got to go get a road win in the A-10, which is very difficult to do, but it's what we got to do. No excuses.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.